You've heard that phrase before. How low can you go? It's like playing that one game on the beach where you got the what is it, the limbo, something like that. Well, that's the way that it feels to me and the way it feels to most of us as it pertains to interest rates. And here's a particular challenge that every single one of us are facing. And that's the fact that the lower interest rates go, the less our money makes. And the less our money makes, the more of a challenge it becomes for us, because we know we're going to likely expect the longest life expectancy of any generation up until this point. Unless, of course, you're like Methuselah from the Bible or something like that. Then you're definitely going to have a problem. But outside of that, the reality is that if we have continued interest rates that are dropping little by little and they stay low for a very long time, it means our money is going to have to last us a longer period of time. And that could be a major problem. Required minimum distributions. If you have money that is pre-tax, you're going to have to start taking that money out when you turn 72. If your money is making, say, 1%, 1.5%, 2%, even if it was making 3%, its chances are going to be eroding little by little because the RMD is increasing little by little every single year. It's like a giant wedge that's happening. So what does a person do? Well, number one, lowering interest rates is a bit of a manipulation by the government, because the government says, well, if we can make it so utterly painful and disgusting to keep money in the bank, well, guess what? You're not going to put money in the bank. And if you have money in your pocket, you're more apt to spend it. Okay, that's what they're trying to get you to do. Number two, it also forces a person further out onto the risk curve, because they look around and they say, well, gosh, CDs aren't paying anything, government bonds aren't paying anything, money market funds aren't paying anything. I guess I might as well just stick my money in the stock market, and at least it's doing something. But the problem is that the older you are, the more of a risk of losing your money at a point in your life in which you can't get that money back. So what are you to do? Well, the first concept of being able to conquer a low interest duration is making certain that you're focusing at least a portion of your money on fixed income investments. Why? Because fixed income investments are going to be able to provide you that 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 or 7% interest in dividends. Yes, that does exist in the world of fixed income. Number two, if you are already into fixed income and you're looking at how these corporations are kind of incrementally taking and refinancing their debt. In other words, they're calling their bonds and reissuing new bonds at lower interest rates. And you're seeing the same trend that I'm seeing. What can you do to combat that? What can you do to be proactive so you don't have to be reactive? This is where I really encourage clients to start looking at equity stocks that are going to be paying a better than average dividend. And number two, also thinking about learning more about value stocks. And what is a value stock? It's essentially purchasing the stock of a company that is at a lower price. Maybe it was here and now after COVID it's here. And as that company recovers, that recovery, quote unquote, to the person that owned it before, to you is now going to be capital appreciation. That's going to help give you a bit of an inflation hedge. It'll help compensate for the lower interest rates that we're seeing all around us today. So just a tip, just a trick, something to try to get your creative juices flowing. And remember, all of us are in the same economic environment together. We're all working together for the benefit of our retirement because we want to have the best retirement possible. If you have questions, you have concerns, remember, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. And may I encourage you, if you like these videos, please share them. Please hit the subscribe button and push that little bell so every time we do a video, you get a reminder. And make certain you give us a big thumbs up. That always helps and I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And remember, it's up to you to make today a great day.